Hey everyone! So the trailer for Wonka came out a while ago and it was torn to shreds completely by the internet. There were TikTok trends making fun of Timothée Chalamet's performance and loads of people complaining about sequels, reboots and remakes. Now, in this video I would like to talk about if the hate for this film is justified and whether or not this movie will be any good. I've made a sort of pros and cons list that I will go through with you and expand upon, and by the end hopefully we will have an answer. First up in the pros section is director Paul King. Now, you may know him from the Paddington movies, and I think he's a very strong, capable director. I think the Paddington movies are incredible movies. If you've seen them, you know that they are, and if you haven't, you should go watch them because they're pretty good. Having Paul King attached to this is a very good sign. The Paddington movies were great, and I hope this will be as well. A movie's director is an extremely important thing. It's the difference between a good movie and an incredible movie. A movie directed by Peyton Reed versus a movie directed by Edgar Wright is a very different thing. So, like I said before, having Paul King is a good thing. First up on the cons list is familiarity. This is a problem because audiences are getting tired of the constant stream of reboots, remakes, sequels, and even prequels, because yes, this is actually a prequel to the 1971 film Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. This means Timothée Chalamet is portraying the same exact Willy Wonka as Gene Wilder, arguably the most beloved version of the character. Because of this, fans of the original aren't happy that that version is being changed or altered. It also means less creativity and freedom. Instead of creating a new version of the character, we're just using the beloved one from 1971. Knowing that this is a prequel to that movie feels contrived, and that's because it is. It really didn't need to be a prequel to that film. It could have just been its own thing and everyone would have been perfectly fine with it. By doing this, I really do think they've shot themselves in the foot. Next up on the pros section is the fact that Timothée Chalamet signs on to good projects. Timothée Chalamet has had a very impressive filmography. He's been a part of lots of incredible films, and since Call Me By Your Name, he's had the opportunity to choose what he's been a part of. Films like Beautiful Boy, Intergalactic, Bones and All, Little Women, and June are great examples of this. He's quite famous for not doing blockbusters and seeking out more independent films. So if he's decided to sign on to Wonka, that might be an indication that the movie might actually be quite good. Next up on the cons list is the trailer itself. Some parts of the trailer are quite good, and I'll get into those in a second, but things like the writing, performances, and what it's trying to do don't come across in a very good way. It's trying its hardest to be magical and whimsical, and those are things that usually come across naturally rather than being manufactured or made. Studio Ghibli films are a great example of movies that are whimsical without trying. Through their characters, music, and visuals, it comes across that way. But in the case of Wonka, we can tell it's trying to be like a Studio Ghibli film. It's trying to be wonderful and magical, but it comes across as forced. The good parts of this trailer, however, and the next point on the pros section, are the visuals of this. The costume design, production design, and cinematography all look great. It's got texture, vibrancy, and life to it. And that's just from the trailer alone. I can't wait to see what the actual film has to offer. Alright, so my next point is one that goes on both the pros and cons section, and that's Timothée Chalamet himself. He's my favourite actor. The projects he's been a part of and the performances he's given in them are phenomenal. But I'm not so sure about his performance in this trailer. It's the most ridiculed thing about the trailer, and is a performance I'm not so sure on. It could be great, or it could be terrible. I guess we're gonna have to watch the movie and find out. So, in conclusion, is this movie gonna be any good? And honestly, I have no idea. I give it about a 60-40. 60% that it's gonna be good, and 40% that it's gonna be bad. The trailer hasn't exactly given me much hope, but I have faith in Paul King and Timothée Chalamet. So yeah, I do think that this movie is gonna be good. Maybe not great, but at least good. And that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe for more film content. Goodbye for now.